Hello, this is Ria. Welcome to Off the Record podcast. Today we have an experienced scientist as a guest, Mrs. Vishali Nair. She has an experience of over 31 years and she has developed and launched her products, over 60 products in various countries such as US, Canada, China, Europe and Asia, including India. So basically she has launched products globally. So welcome, ma'am.
Hello, Ria.
So first of all, my first question to you is what inspired you to choose science or pharmacy as a field?
To be very frank,
Right.
I wanted to be a doctor. Yes, of course. And my father was always looking forward and he wanted to see me as a doctor. But then it happened, somewhere at the age of 18, I realized that I have to actually serve the nation, not with the because I was so scared of blood. I said no blood shedding there. So I just wanted to go ahead with something where I can serve people and I can be of great use. So I thought of pharmacy because pharmacy gave me that opportunity later on to develop lot of products in the areas of therapeutic areas of oncology, cardiovascular drugs and many more, which are like kind of life saving drugs, right? So that was easy for me. That decision was easy for me. I remember my father did not speak to me for 3 days when I chose my pharmacy, yeah. But then I realized somewhere, yes, I have to go with pharmacy. So I went
Here
ahead
you
with my
are.
decision, yes.
So, according to our information, you switched your languages of education from from Marathi to English.
Absolutely,
Right.
because yeah, that journey was little difficult
Okay.
because if you come from a vernacular medium, तुम्ही मराठीतून येता
Right.
आणि मग तुम्ही इंग्लिशमध्ये जाता तर तो जो ट्रान्झिशन पिरियड असतो ती जी फेज असते ती खूप चॅलेंजिंग असते आणि जेव्हा मी 10वी पास केलं चांगले उत्तम मार्क आले आणि 11वीत गेल्यावर इट वॉज लाईक disaster. Oh, the first month of my college was a disaster. I was not understanding how to translate esophagus and intestine and then what it is. I was taking my own time. But yes, I had a very good mentor, my school principal, and of course, my dad. They gave me one book in those days, Rapidex, which was converting Marathi into English, and that helped me a lot. And of course, I took a lot of hard work also to understand and learn English language because that really requires, and I understood the importance of English also.
Right.
Because if you want to be a pharmacist, you need to know a lot of English, and that is where I started my journey, taking it from Marathi to English. And yes, I remember the days when I was like, I used to literally write, this is intestine in Marathi and then converting it into
Into
English,
English.
okay? So this was a very difficult phase, but yes, I was a quick learner, so I learned easily, yeah.
Okay, so you were doing pharmacy during 1990s, right?
Of
At
course.
that time, there were like very less number of women or hardly
Yes.
any women in this field.
Yes.
So was that challenging for you?
It was definitely, but in pharmacy, if you see in those days, we had a lot of girls, a lot of girl students joining in pharmacy because it used to happen like that. That if you don't get, of course, MBBS, then you go to pharmacy or you go to dentistry or you go to physiotherapy or you go to occupational therapy, and yes, so it was a challenging phase as a woman or a girl student. It was difficult. But I know over a period of time when I passed out in 1993, it happened in such a way that we had almost 40 girls in pharmacy and only 15 male students. So it was like 80% of us and 20% of them. Yeah, so it was easy. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so was it any special quality in you or any one quality that helped you to succeed this journey, challenging journey?
Yes, I was committed, very much committed to my studies
Okay.
because I wanted to do something very significant in the area of pharmacy and in the field of science, and that is where I decided I have to literally give so much of time, and that is where my journey started also, right? So because transition from Marathi to English and then moving on to become a pharmacist, and
Right.
then actually working in those days on shop floor, because I remember my first job, it was on a shop floor and it was completely a production job, and in those
Okay.
days there were no women on shop floor, and I found it
Right.
very difficult, being there on shop floor and doing that the job of a pharmacist and manufacturing the medicines. It was a different phase altogether.
Right.
Yeah.
And you continued your journey even after your marriage, right?
Yes.
So how did you balance your family life, your married life, and your career alternatively?
This really gives me a, I'm going back to my those days when I got married. Obviously,
Right.
I was very much career oriented,
Right.
and even my husband, right?
Okay.
So, and I got married to a South Indian, right?
Oh,
And
okay.
South Indians are so hardworking.
Right.
So for me, it was initially very difficult to tell him that, it is so, for me, career is so important. And then I remember when I started my career, and when he started 3 years earlier, right?
Right.
So we sat across one day and we said, okay, now is the time that we have to gear up at our careers. And he said, okay, I'm also very much career ambitious. So
Yeah.
what to do? मग काय केलं? मग एक पेपर घेतला. आय स्टील रिमेंबर दॅट डे. या
Okay.
एक पेपर घेतला, त्याच्यावर who will jump every 3 years. The strategy which we adopted, that was fantabulous. He said, okay, let's do this way. 3 years you grow and I stay stagnant in my job. Then
Okay.
next 3 years I take promotion and you be a stagnant. And this is how it happened. Vertically, if you see, we really did a fantabulous job. He went up from junior executive, senior executive, assistant manager, manager, GM, then vice president. So currently he is senior VP. And
Okay.
yes, I also had similar kind of journey. So I went to the director level, and then eventually at this moment I decided in 2021 that I really want to give back to my pharma field, and that is where my journey started to open my company Enduring Genesis.
Oh,
Yes.
that's great.
Yeah.
And you have so much experience in this field. So there would be many awards that you have received.
Yes, there are countless. So
Right.
yes, but the first one which I remember was the best pharmacist in my first company, that was Wyeth. In those days, they were manufacturing hormones, yeah, hormonal tablets, which and some of them were steroids also. So
Right.
that is where, on shop floor women were not allowed, and I
Right.
used to be the first woman going to shop floor. And it actually, the drug actually, it works on your menstruation cycle also. That
Right.
is where I did a fantabulous job. I was allowed inside the manufacturing facility once in a month, and I did that job also fearlessly. So that was the first kind of, award which I got as a, budding scientist, you
Right.
can
Right.
say. And the journey went on, and I ended up, I told you that, they are countless. Yeah, the awards are countless. Yeah.
Okay. So I would like to ask that if any women is trying to get into this field, she like if she have not decided anything and she is willing to go into the field, what message would you give to her?
Be prepared to work hard.
Right.
Be prepared for long hours. Be prepared for being always a woman with resilience, because that really helps. Otherwise, you can get lost anywhere, because there is
Right.
so much of pressure, and especially if you are a married woman and you have a family to look after, then it is very difficult, to balance both. As I said in the earlier, your question also, that
Right.
yes, it is very difficult sometimes, and I have seen women, just dropping out of this profession, and then getting into different streams, because
Right.
then for them it is very difficult to balance out both. But yes, be prepared, commitment, hard work, resilience, and yes, one thing which I want women to have is leadership. Yeah,
Okay.
leadership is very important. Even if you feel that you have lot of knowledge, and if you are not using it and not displaying it, nobody is going to come to you and say, okay, oh, she doesn't know anything, but you have to display it, right?
Right.
If you are always in that mode, then people observe you, they look at you as a leader, and that is where the growth happens. So my actually, the advice to all young women is hard work is, every woman works hard, I know
Right.
that, because I have seen so many, my daughter, my mother-in-law, my own mom, everyone was, they were all working women. So I know that, all women are working women, they are very hard working women. But thing is that at one point of time you get stuck up somewhere, and
Right.
that is where I want women to have that leadership qualities, decision making quality imbibe in them, because that helps, right?
Right.
Otherwise it will never help. If you are stuck up somewhere, I was listening to Indra Noy a few days back, and she said one thing: if you are a leader, then you prove it.
Right.
And you prove it not because you have to prove it to somebody, you prove it because you want to prove it.
Right.
Yeah, so you prove it, and the world will follow you. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you said that everyone will have a phase that she'll be stuck up. Was that phase in your life?
Yes, there was definitely a phase. I remember the year 2015 somewhere. There was definitely this phase where I said, oh, because that time my children, they were at very important years of their academia, and that is where I felt, should I take that drop and sit back and just focus on their career, their growth and everything? And then I decided, no, it's not going to happen this way, because if you are a working woman, and if your children also know you that you are a working woman, they would never like you to give up, right?
Right.
And my children were of the same opinion. But yes, there was this phase where I said, okay, I was telling myself, should I quit, should I quit, should I quit? And the decision came from within, no, no, no. So I went on with my decision, and yes, here I am. Yeah.
Obviously. Our mother's generation, they believe की आता गणपती येतात आपल्याला लाईक मेन्स्ट्रुअल सायकलचे डेट्स डिले व्हायला पाहिजे आपली, कारण ऑब्व्हियसली घरामध्ये करणारं कोण नसतं किंवा एक आवड असते. सो द पिल्स दॅट वी कन्झ्युम फॉर pushing forward our dates or to come early, are the pills really okay, or they have side effects? What are your opinions on that?
सी जे नॅचरल असतं ते नॅचरल
Right.
असतं. जर आपण त्याच्यामध्ये पिल्स घेणार असू टू प्रिपॉन और पोस्टपॉन,
Right.
दॅट्स गोइंग टू हॅव सम इम्पॅक्ट, राईट? बट इफ इट इज अनअवॉइड, तुला अवॉइडच नाही करता येते, तर तू करू शकतेस. बट मी असंच ॲडवाईस करीन सगळ्यांना की तुम्हाला जर नॅचरल तुमची सायकल असेल तर ती डिस्टर्ब करू नका. कारण फंक्शन्स, इव्हेंट्स, वर्क प्रायोरिटीज ह्या येणारच. तेव्हा तुम्ही जर हा मार्ग निवडलात की तुम्हाला पिल्स घेऊन ते पुढे किंवा पाठी करायचे, यू आर प्लेइंग विथ युअर नॅचरल सायकल. सो माय ॲडवाईस इज नॉट टू टेक. But if it is unavoidable for any major reason, then only take, and once in a while, not always. Don't make it a habit of your life that you survive on those pills.
Right.
And you delay your, it's a reproduction cycle which is linked to it, right? So I will never advise that you should go with the pills and take them quite often.
Okay, so if some ladies, some women have the habit of having that pills, or we might say some have habit of postponing it, like again and again, like if आता गणपती येतात घ्या pills, like next नवरात्री again they are taking pills. So is it absolutely okay or not? Like
No.
again and again
No,
the
it's not
retaking
okay.
of the
It's not
pills.
okay because it
Right.
is internally going to have impact on your hormones, right?
Right.
So hormonal imbalance can happen because of taking these pills very often. So you have to be very careful why you want it and what is the reason, because otherwise you will end up having lot of issues later on in your sexual life, later on, as well as your married life or your reproduction cycle, when you want to plan your pregnancy or you want to plan your the family planning also.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so one question related to your career.
Yeah.
What knowledge do you have besides your studies and all that you learned or experienced during you were working in field?
Okay, that's a very good question. because when you say that this woman is a scientist, then definitely I have seen people looking at me, oh, she's a scientist, so she might not be having any, she might be very boring kind of, woman
Right.
or something of that sort. But my thing is that I like singing, okay? I
Oh.
love singing. I'm a good singer.
Oh.
Obviously, many will always agree after seeing this, video. They will
Right.
say, yeah, I sing good. Yeah, I'm a
Right.
good singer. I'm a good writer, and I'm an international author also. So my book, The Spiritual Journey, has been published in US market, Canada market. So I'm
Oh,
an
that's
international
great.
author, and this book was #1 bestseller on Amazon. So I'm in the phase of now this 3 months I'm going to write another book, and that will again
Oh,
go into US Canada market. So
that's great.
that's the thing. Yes, and I like writing poems.
Oh,
Yes,
writing poems.
yes, I love that, because that I feel that is the kind of stress reliever.
Okay.
So whenever I have time, I find that time for myself. I write some poems.
Oh.
Yes, I haven't gone ahead and published them because I have a fear of sometimes rejection.
Right.
Yes, but I haven't done that. But yes, in public I do sing, and I
Okay.
do write a lot. I met Jack Canfield, who is an international author recently. So I'm going to have similar kind of podcast with him,
Oh.
maybe in September, third week somewhere, when I'm planning my visit to US.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
And yes, there is one more, which is, I think many are not aware. I love working for communities, and
Oh.
that process, that journey has started recently when I joined Rotary and when I joined Innerville. So
Okay.
I had been the vocational director last year for Rotary, and now I'm a secretary for both of these clubs in my area. So doing fantastic in that areas. So giving back to society, that is one passion which I always have it inside me.
Okay.
So even if you go to all my social platforms, you will find my status be there. Yeah, so
Right.
when I'm there for everybody.
Right.
So it's like that. So that's one thing which I I haven't shared that. That's my passion. I'm always there
Okay.
for everyone.
So
Yeah.
you sing, like you can sing on stage
Yes.
also. Have you done any performance before?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, can you share your
I'm
experience?
actually attached to Soulful Saturdays,
Okay.
then Music Mania, and yes, Geeta Nitya Vidyalay. So these platforms, they have given me uh, the kind of opportunity to sing on stage fearlessly, and yes, people do like that. Yeah.
You just now told about your books. So can you give us more brief information about your books? Like what are the topics or the uh, design of your book or something?
So, to talk about it, it was a journey which started in 2021.
Okay.
I was just browsing through Facebook and I came across with women world leaders. So they are based out at US, Florida, and the founder was asking if somebody can write a book on their spiritual journey.
Okay.
So me being a scientist, I have always seen that कुठेही असलं तरी पण तुमच्याकडे एक जी शक्ती असते ती कुठून तरी येत असते, आणि ती शक्ती
Right.
माझ्या आयुष्यात मला असं वाटतं ती फक्त दैविक शक्ती आहे.
बरोबर.
सो वेन शी मेन्शन अबाउट राईट अबाउट युअर स्पिरिच्युअल जर्नी, and I have so many experiences and encounters with Almighty, of course. So I thought, why not put them in words, and that is where my writing of the book started. So हे जे बुक आहे त्याच्यामध्ये जवळजवळ मला जेवढं आठवत आहे 16 ऑथर्स आहेत, को ऑथर्स
Okay.
आहेत, आणि ते सगळ्या ओव्हरऑल ग्लोबली सगळ्या कंट्रीजमधून आहेत,
Okay.
म्हणजे व्हेरियस कंट्रीज. तर त्याच्यामध्ये इंडियामधून जे रिप्रेझेंटेशन होतं ते फक्त माझं होतं, अँड आय एम सो हॅपी अँड प्राऊड अबाउट इट, की ज्याच्यामध्ये मला सांगता आलं की ही माझी जी जर्नी आहे, देवाबरोबरची जर्नी आपण म्हणू शकतो, स्पिरिच्युअल जर्नी. आय विल नॉट से इट स्पिरिच्युअल जर्नी, बट देवाबरोबर जी आपली जर्नी असते, तो जो आपला साथीदार असतो, नेहमीचा जीवनाचा साथीदार जो इथे असतो,
Right.
पण जो तुझा वरचा साथीदार आहे तो इकडेच असतो असं नसतं, तो नेहमी तुझ्यासोबत असतो.
बरोबर.
सो त्याचे जे एक्सपिरियन्सेस मला आले आणि त्याच्यामधून जे मी काही शिकले, तर ते सगळं त्या पुस्तकामध्ये आहे. आणि इट्स अ व्हेरी ब्युटिफुल बुक. इट्स अवेलेबल इन इंडिया ऑन ॲमेझॉन अँड किंडल. सो If you want, I can share the link with you or with the
Yeah.
audience also, and
Right.
yes, they will be happy to read that.
Of course.
And yes, I will also share the link of my second book when it will get published in this October, November. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's great. Okay, so now I'm going to have one quick rapid fire round with you.
Interesting. Wow. Okay.
Okay. So first question, your favorite subject in your school?
Science, bio, of course.
Biology.
Yes.
And second thing, what is more harder for managing, work or home?
I think both, but it's good, fun.
Fun.
But
Okay.
it's fun. Yes.
One challenge one of the most greatest challenge that you faced.
Greatest challenge? I don't think every challenge is a greatest challenge if you take it that way.
Right.
Otherwise, you just go with the journey and it moves on. The life goes on.
Okay.
Life is full of challenges every time, yeah?
Right.
So you take that as a challenge and then you can fall into that, challenge.
Right.
So it's better how you find out solution to the
Right.
challenge.
One word that describes your journey.
Hmm. That's a good question. ah, I will say fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the only. Life is given by God once, and I have utilized it fully.
okay. The
That is what I
best
feel.
moment in your career.
Best moment? Yes, when I was given, that director role, and I was actually, having the team of almost 100 plus reporting to me. That was a good feeling. Yes, I'm the boss. Yeah.
Okay. Your role model in science.
Abdul Kalam.
Oh,
दूसरा कोई आंसर ही नहीं.
that was expected.
Yes.
And one message for your future scientist.
सायंटिस्ट वर्क हार्ड यार. मस्त करा, हार्डवर्क करा,
Right.
नेहमी करत राहा. कुठून ना कुठून नाही, सगळीकडूनच यश तुमच्याकडे येईल.
Right.
ओके, फक्त हार्डवर्क इज द ओनली वे टू सक्सेस.
This was all for today's podcast, and stay tuned for our next podcasts. Thank you.